You know what I'm saying? So I just had that energy. So everybody I engaged with, and even if they did feel that way, I didn't pick it up because I was just on that consciousness of like, you know, I'm here to have my experience, have a good time. But I just encountered people that just, you know, want to fan the flame. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't. People are competitive there, but they still want you to have a good experience with their country. It's not like us. Like we're kind of like, you know, Americans, dickheads, but like, they kind of want you to really have a good experience. So it's just they're really hospitable. Like the Kiwis are awesome. Like, you know, the Pacific Samoa and stuff. Like it was just nothing. There's a lot of love. I mean, it's always gonna be like people saying things, but you know,
that's the minority of them.
Yeah, and then like I had the element, like I was just really fast. So it's just like anytime you have that speed, it's always gonna like put you in, you know, certain situations. So, you know, people want to see that. So, like it was not so much of running to that. It was just like, all right, I need to be proving why I'm over here, that I'm, you know, supposed to be here. You know, more so than me. You know.
Wait, so during the process, so like, did you just show up to like a random rugby tryout one day? Well, I'm talking about when you first started. Like you just showed up somewhere and they were scouts or. Like,
like my buddy was telling me about it, on like Facebook, and then I was like, oh, then he sent me some stuff, and I looked up some games and stuff, and I was like, oh man, this is intense. And then yeah, like they flew me over the next week to England. I didn't have any like trip. It was like Saracens, one of the most prestigious clubs in the UK, and it was just like, yeah, this just brought me for a trial. Like I didn't know anything. So yeah, it wasn't it was just boom. Like
so they didn't have footage on you at all.
It was just off of what he was saying. That's what I'm telling you.
Boy, yeah.
Yeah, like so, just by it happening like that, and I was like, hey man. And then I was with the team. Like it was just, I felt like one of them. We ate like it was out. Like it was just smooth, and I was like, oh, this is. I can see myself doing this. So I was like, I know I didn't have that experience for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. That's cool to have to just do like you just
all into it.
All for it.
Yeah,
and
just all brotherhood
into a career. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
You have brotherhood, and then you was vulnerable to expand yourself. Because I know you had some type of fear of going across the water.
Oh yeah, it was just.
And you ain't got no experience in that.
Yeah, freestyle.
Yeah, so it was just like, you know, it's a long flight thing. Like, oh man, you know, and you don't know what to prepare for because you don't know anything about rugby. So it was just, you know, a lot of that. But I'm still on a plane going to like, you know what I'm saying? It's still the adventure.
Most Mississippians don't get
you
that.
know.
How did you feel like in that moment?
I just felt like
I
was excited, but more so like, man, you know, I wonder. I think it's knowing now was being too far in the future. Like, all right, man, I'm gonna get over here. They're just gonna love me, and I'm gonna be. But it's like I wasn't, you know, brother. You don't know anything about rugby, you know. So it was just, I was kind of naive going into it. But once I saw like, oh, this is some real, you know, this is how I was running. It's like, okay, cool. I just knew I had to get my knowledge of the game, you know, get that experience.
I feel like just your experience with how you got introduced to rugby is a testament to, or I think I'm saying the right word, but that shows me the statement that you said about rugby being so intimate, intimate sport. It makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you could just get pulled in like that, and that's dope. That's
trust.
Yeah, that's a community. That's a solid community,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It even sounded like that pass was probably meant to be too. Just the fact off the rip that took you a week to get fluent out there and just went like that, yeah.
Because NFL will pay you to practice for a whole year, not see the field.
Yeah. Yeah. To be a practice dummy, basically. And we're gonna pay you for that. But yeah.
What's your favorite thing to eat so far? And what country has the best food that you've been to?
Man, the most important thing is having real food. So first, like New Zealand, of course. I mean, they got like probably the best meat in the world because like they like the way they treat their livestock and like it's just like a really they just care about the food that they're putting in the body. Like they can't have any of like the antibiotics. Like it's so natural. And then they treat their animals so humanely that like you just taste it in the food. So like it's just clean and real food. I mean, how you cook certain stuff, you know, I'm from, you know, South. Now we're gonna season it up now. But you know, if you get the best quality of meat and you barbecuing or whatever you're doing, it's just like, wow, this tastes like, you know, just really filling and contentment. Cause I'm like, wow, it just hits differently, you know, cause like we got our animals, they always just getting slaughtered in assembly line.
I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah.
With their livestock, do they slaughter them or they just let nature take its course and then?
I mean, I think they do a lot of like where it's painless and like they really put money into making sure there's no, you know,
Emotional.
yeah, like it's none of that and like.
How do they do that? What?
And I know like once they